Have You Seen Chester by Andrew Murray. Buddy the dog and Chester the cat were always fighting. Whenever Buddy was eating, Chester would pounce with a "Rawr" and a scratch of his claws. Whenever Chester was sleeping, Buddy would pounce with a "woof, woof, woof" and a snap of his jaws. "Buddy, Chester, please don't fight," begged Lucy, but they clashed, and they bashed, and they fought. But even though Chester was brave, Buddy was bigger. "This fight is wearing me out," grumbled Chester. "I've had enough." And that evening he crept out through the cat flap and didn't come back. When Chester still wasn't back the next morning, Lucy searched all through the house and all around the garden, in the washing machine, the laundry basket, the garbage can, the bushes, and in the hat stand. She looked everywhere. Perhaps he'll turn up when he's hungry, she thought. So she put out a big saucer of Chester's favorite fish, but still Chester didn't come back. Lucy made posters and put them up all over town. She asked the neighbors if they'd seen Chester, but no one had. Poor Lucy was very upset. Her eyes were all red and puffy from crying. Buddy felt guilty. "It's all my fault. If I hadn't fought with Chester, he wouldn't have run away." Buddy tried to comfort Lucy. He put his paw in her lap and licked her hand, but she shooed him away. Buddy couldn't stop thinking about Chester, how he used to wash his face after eating, and played with a piece of string, and fight for the comfiest chair. He'd sleep on top of the television. "I can't believe it. I think I miss him." That night when Lucy had gone to bed, Buddy squeezed through the cat flap and set out into the darkness. Night. It was a cat's world, all right. Buddy soon realized he wasn't alone. Alley cats were all around him, hissing and spitting. "Stupid dog," they hissed. "You don't belong here. This is the night, and it belongs to us." Closer they came, closer and closer. "Wait," said Buddy. "I don't want any trouble. I'm just looking for a friend. His name is Chester." The alley cats stopped. "Chester?" they said, surprised. "You're a friend of Chester's?" "Well, yes," said Buddy. "He's missing, and we're worried about him." "Well, why didn't you say so?" The cats laughed. Chester's a friend of ours, too. Come on, we'll help you find him." Buddy and the alley cats searched through the night. They looked under bushes and cars, on rooftops and trees, and in all the gardens and streets and alleys. By dawn, they were exhausted. "Oh dear," Buddy sighed. "Where can Chester be?" Just then there was a gust of wind. Buddy lifted his nose. He sniffed. He could smell something that reminded him of Chester! "Leave me alone," said Chester. "I don't want to fight anymore." "I didn't come to fight with you," said Chester. "Excuse me, my cat. Get out of the way." "I haven't come to fight with you, Chester," said Buddy. "It's just Lucy's worried about you, and, well, I was worried too. Would you please come home?" Chester looked at him suspiciously. "Don't worry, Chester," called the alley cats. "You can trust him." So Buddy and Chester went home. "Chester, you're back," shouted Lucy. She kissed and petted him, and she gave Buddy a big hug. "Now," she said, "I'm going to get us some breakfast. Can I leave you alone for 1 minute without you two fighting?" Lucy came out of the kitchen with lots of toast and fish and doggy chews. "Breakfast," she called, but there was no reply. She peeped around the door and smiled. I don't think we have to worry anymore." The end. That was Have You Seen Chester?